Thank you very much. We should not flog the issue of this lobbies so much. We still have a long way to go. We have a lot of work to do. Elias is a very nice guy who believe in me and believe in Biafra government. The difference between these lobbies and what we have done in the past, if we actually had any, because some of the investigation we have done, like I said, is that maybe even this money that they were saying was not paid. Maybe they just use it as a public stunt. And so the people who were in the committee where he was the one chairing, maybe the ones funding the money. They were just giving small thing to the lobbyist firm, so nothing was done. So it was just a public stunt. That is what I may be thinking transpired. But however, I'm not here to start flogging, the things of the past. So now, fast forward to what we are today, what we are doing today. These lobbyists are not. They have no love for money. That is number one. Number two is that everything is very transparent. And one thing you should know is when in America, the United States, when you hire a lobby firm, the information become public immediately after they have registered with the United States Department of Justice. But in IPOB Nigeria, we were meant to understand that it is a secret, right? It was Garo Bashir that came out to say that IPOB was paying $80,000 to lobby firm in America without anything. So it was actually probably the same people who was representing Okonjo-Iweala was the one who revealed the information to them. But this thing is supposed to be in the public. Because once you hire a lobby firm in America, the information they will first register at the Department of Justice, just like our own lobbies have done. The information become public. Newspapers will start writing it that this firm has, and they have to file everything practically open, including how much you have hired them and how much you are paying to them. It has to be public. So I do not know where the muchi of the IPOB in Nigeria came from. That nobody, including those contributing $10 to them for every month, has no knowledge about who is the lobby firm, what is the lobby firm doing for many months. So, because our own is genuine, immediately we hire them, we make it public. Apart from that, it becomes a public information, even at the United States Department of Justice. And some news carried it to the United States. And that's how to know the difference between that and this. So when you have some skeleton in the cupboard, you want it to be secret. When you do not have any skeleton in the cupboard, you are not scared of anything, it is open. I think this is the best thing, the best description of the difference between these two. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the Prime Minister,
Nanda, how many more questions
for that wonderful answer. Just one more, please. I must commend you, our Prime Minister, and the government. Within the past few weeks, a lot has happened, and even the terrorist state can confirm that as well. You have held a lot of diplomatic meetings with senators and representatives from the American government. I want to ask you, is it because we are Republican in nature that they were all Republican senators or representatives? I don't know whether this question is relevant, but then I just want to know, sir.
They are not all Republicans. We have had meetings with anybody who care to listen to us. We are not one-sided. Our arms are open wide, both to the Democrats and to the Republicans. So if the Republicans are listening to us, you will see us have a meeting with them. Any day Democrats want to listen to us, we also have a meeting with them. The fight we are fighting is not for America alone. It is our own freedom, and it is Biafra first. So we are not making decisions based on the American politics. Thank you.
Thank you. One last question. My Prime Minister. Sorry. Between 2019, 20, and 21, you offered a lot of Biafrans opportunity to come to Finland and environs to work and earn a living through your law firm. A lot of emails exchanged hands, and you responded to thousands and thousands of emails, including mine, I must confess. But I applied, and I could not meet up the requirements. A lot of Biafrans went through and even testified about your magnanimity. The multitude of Biafrans that succeeded, we are so happy. I want to ask you, Biafrans, do they come back to you to show their gratitude for what you have done or what you did for them? And what motivated you into this action for Biafran people? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think only two persons came back to thank me, and then after that, of course, I never had the time. So only two persons showed appreciation for that, and many did not get, including yourself, like you said, like you rightly said, and so many also did not get, and it was not their fault. It was as a result of the Nigeria system that denied them the opportunity to even have an interview at the embassy. So, and when this kind of issue occurs, it is not in my hand to change the clock or turn things around. Many people who may not succeed may take offense, but that is exactly how the job is. So I was not actually expecting anybody to come and show appreciation or to, I believe many of them may be listening to me today on this space and where they are. And it is not Finland, it is Poland, not Finland. So the working visa was Poland. And so those who succeeded, and then many people do not like the work. They went there and they didn't like the work. That was one that really, really, pained me personally because, and I know he's listening because he was following the Biafra struggle then. I don't know about now. And the person left his bag, and the father picked him up to Sweden. That's where he ran to Sweden. And with this kind of attitude, the company will never ever accept anybody from that our side, because the people came to work and with the visa and everything, and then you say he's sick, and then the brother came from Sweden to pick the person, and that's how the person disappeared. And went to probably go there to seek asylum. So the thing is that with this kind of attitude, you block other people's opportunities to come. And that's why many people did not even get interview at the embassy, and those who get interview may have one problem or the other, because the same people who give this job are also reporting when other people came and they disappeared. So somebody picked them to go to a place they feel they're going to have a better opportunity or something like that. So these are the things that affect other people, in that particular field. So yes, other people got, other people didn't get, and I'm happy you are one of those who didn't get, and you are here today talking. So it is one of those things. I was not expecting people to pay appreciation. I am doing this as a humanitarian job. I have done humanitarian work almost all my life, including when I was back in Africa. I help people to aspire to whatever they want to be. I help people from when I was doing sports. It was just part of me. I am happy to see people being happy. So once I can be able to make you happy, it gives me energy. So this is just who I am. And I think more of others than myself. I am kind of person that will use whatever I have to make you happy, even when I'm suffering. And that's how I was trained, and that I have not changed it today. And that's why you see that I put in my life on the Biafra even when there is a health risk and all that. I don't care. So long as I see there is a, there is a result coming from what is happening. I remember when I was doing broadcast every now and every night. Nobody, I'm not sleeping. People get worried. People got worried. Everybody's calling me that time. Please, we don't want you to break down. We don't want you to do this. I was making broadcasts every hour, 3 times a day. Even the IPOB Nigerians, they were all surprised. How can this guy be making broadcasts 3 times a day? Oh, he is coming every day. He has come in the morning. He has come in the day. We're monitoring and monitoring. So nobody has that kind of energy. But because I see that what I was doing was yielding result. And today I'm not making broadcast, right? I'm not coming every day to make broadcast. The job has been done and the movement is moving like a train. That is who I am. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much, my PM.
Thank you.
Please, if I have opportunity, I have 2 more. Thank you.
Well, if there is chance, you will. Let's give the microphone to Biafra Unite, and then Betty, if the Prime Minister is still here, we will see continue. Biafra Unite, please grab the mic.
Thank you, my comrade, Pastor Van Van Vam. Your Excellency, Prime Minister of the B.L.G.I.E., Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko, I greet you with a loud voice. Thank you for your great work you are doing. I have 2 recommendations, but that will come at the end of my questions. So the first question is, for the past few days, after the Biafra Liberation Army released the Yoruba soldier serving the zoo who came to attack and slaughter our people, but was intercepted. Then Sunday Igboho sent you a direct message through voice note, which was aired publicly and went viral. So since then, the Afon Jazz, it seems like the internet has remained quiet. I only saw one person attacked you. I think that was early today. But since then, all the Afon Jazz have remained mute. So, because of the shock of a man that they once supported as their leader before the fraudulent emergence of Tinubu as the zoo president, now addressed you as my prime minister. So, my question out of this is, although I am aware that we have not been fighting, we have never fought any tribal war in this Biafra, liberation movement. But some people mistook us. They took us for granted. They even saw us as if we are fighting against them, and they began to fight against us when we are not fighting against them. So, do you think that this is an opportunity to rekindle the already deteriorated, relationship between the Biafran people and the Yoruba people? That's my first question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Biafra people and Yoruba people, I don't know whether I will use whether the right word is Yoruba people, but we don't have any problem with those Yorubas that are fighting for Yoruba nation. But we cannot shy away from the Afonjas. We have problem with Afonja, and Afonja is defined as somebody, a Yoruba person who is betraying the Yoruba struggle or the Duduwa nation struggle. These are regarded as Afonja, just like we have our Ifejina in the Biafra struggle. So with these Afonjas, we can never like them, just like we never like Ifa Ifejina. So it is the same thing. But of course, the ones that are fighting for Duduwa nation remain our allies and our friends. Those are the people we like, and we can never address them as Afonja. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, the second question takes me to the Zoo Janjaweed. Based on their publication a couple of days and hours ago, they said, the Nigeria army has taken serious note of a disturbing video circulating online posted by the self-acclaimed Prime Minister. This is now the Zoo Janjaweed, not the Zoo media. They say self-acclaimed Prime Minister of IPOB, although they now deviated and use of IPOB to continue deceiving themselves. And then they mentioned your name, Simon Ekpa. And then it did not end there. They continued. They said, in the appalling footage, an ex-soldier, Corporal Toriola Adewale, who honorably retired from the Nigerian army 6 years ago, all na lie, we all know that. And then they said was subjected to brutal torture by the so-called IPOB/Biafra Liberation Army. Now, to me, I call it the dagger and the straw that breaks the camel's back. Despite them adding IPOB there, usually or normally they should have said IPOB/ESN. That is how they usually write it. But this time around, they came to reality. They came back to life and said Biafra Liberation Army. So by using the real name of our army, should we now see this move, this latest move by the Zoo Janjaweed as the beginning of their total downfall and neutralization in Biafra land and the complete victory of Biafra Liberation Army against them?
Of course, and you remember that I said any day they begin to acknowledge Biafra Liberation Army, that will be the beginning of the end. And let me tell you today, generals has fallen in Biafra land. I mean, Nigeria terrorist generals. Why have they not talked about it? I'm talking about many generals, many major, many colonels has fallen in this war that is going on. Now, why are they not talking about it? It is somebody who we decided to give us a gift to our Yoruba nation people. They didn't know how many people that fall that the same day that person was captured by the Biafra Liberation Army. They will not announce it. And the reason we decided to do that has actually begun to yield the desired result. So I will not talk too much. Adewale is united with his family. He's fine, So and the confirmation has come from the family as well. I have communicated with the Yoruba nation, and they have received him, and he's fine. So that's enough. We don't need to start flogging that. But our focus remains on the Nigeria terrorist state. Continue to deal with them, delegitimize them in Biafra land until they are no more. We will fight them until even if one person is remaining from their side, we will still fight that one person. That's where we are. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Now my last question. Excuse me. The same Zoo Army was calling the international community to help them kidnap you and rendition you to the Zoological Republic. And you made a tweet which says that, to clarify the issue, that it wasn't because of the video that pushed them to make the statement and start calling the international community to come and rescue them. That it was because of the meetings, this series of high-level meetings that B.L.A is having with our lobbyists in America, that they are afraid of America recognizing Biafra. So, and all this while, the meeting has been going on. We've been recording successes, but both the Zoo Janjaweed and the Zoo government have never made any move or comment publicly concerning the successes of the meetings that we have been having.